cooking for dinner, guys, is a deep dish style pizza, but instead of dough, we're building it on polenta. Delicious. So deep dish polenta pizza with sausage and mushrooms and ricotta and fresh mozzarella. Oh my God, it's delicious. And it also happens to be gluten-free. So if you're looking for a gluten-free alternative to pizza, this is delish. You start with a springform pan or a 9-inch cake pan, and I just brush the inside of that with a little bit of olive oil. I then take 1 pound of sausage. I used a sweet homemade pork sausage. Homemade or store-bought, 1 pound of sausage you can brown and crumble. Brown up the sausage, drain off the excess fat, and in the drippings of the pan, you're going to add a package of cremini mushrooms. Depending on the brand, you'll get a 10-ounce package to a 12-ounce package. Now these are baby portobellos or cremini mushrooms, and that's exactly what they are. Little portobellos, so they're gonna have a really beefy, meaty taste to them when they finish cooking up. These are gonna brown in the drippings. You can add 1 little more drizzle of olive oil if the pan seems at all dry. And then I'm gonna put in a couple tablespoons of fresh thyme and a couple of large cloves of garlic. And just let these work over medium-high heat until the mushrooms are fully brown, then season with salt and pepper. Now in the back, on the back burner there, I've already made a quick cook's best friend, instant polenta. Instant polenta isn't really instant. It takes 2 or 3 minutes, but who doesn't have 2 or 3 minutes? And the ratio is always 3 to 1. 1 cup of instant polenta will give you enough polenta to line 1 cake pan, a deep dish pizza that would feed 4 people. You just take 3 to 1 liquid to polenta ratio. In this case, I use chicken stock, or you could use vegetable stock, or a combination of stock and milk. You whisk it. Once the liquid comes up to a gentle boil, whisk the polenta until it masses, until it expands. Then you're gonna add a handful of Parmigiano Reggiano, salt, pepper, nutmeg to taste, a little stir of butter if you like, but not necessary, just gilding the lily there. Then you're gonna take the slightly firm polenta, drop it down into your cake pan or springform pan, and use the back of a spatula to help you spread that into a pizza shell. When you get to the edges, work up the side of the edge of the pan a little bit, and that becomes your dough, which is just cornmeal, basically. And as this cools, you'll find it's easier to handle with your fingertips, and you can use that to manipulate it to spread it around evenly. I've got one that's cooled and ready to go over here. Let me just show you. Tiny bit thinner on the bottom, a little bit thicker on the sides, and just work it with your fingers once it's cool enough to handle to end up with a nice shell for your deep dish pizza. Then we're going to fill that shell with some fresh ricotta cheese. Where's my spoonula? And if it comes in water, sitting in a lot of liquid, just put it in a strainer and let it drain for a few minutes. And you need about 1 cup to 1.5 cups of the fresh ricotta. Sheep's milk ricotta is a little tangier, cow's milk ricotta is a little sweeter. A little pinch of salt and pepper on the ricotta cheese itself. Then I'm going to add in some of my sausage and save some for topping as well. This is our deep dish polenta pizza. I made it today with fresh mozzarella, some crumbled homemade Italian sweet sausage, lots and lots of cremini mushrooms, and some fresh mozzarella. The crust is not pizza dough, it's polenta. You could substitute spinach in this pie and take the sausage out if you want to cut back on the fat a little bit. But it's a beautiful, beautiful, simple rustic supper. And I used a springform pan, so I'm just going to release that and pull that off. Look at how cool that looks when you unhinge it. I'm just going to cut a wedge of this so you guys can see that deep dish beauty. Look at that! Come on!